Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to check out my review today. Today we're going to review the alumacase iPhone 4 case. Those of you who've been reading Mac rumors are aware of this case. It kind of burst onto the scene while we were all talking about the Vapor and the Atomic, whatever other aluminum cases were out there, and all the issues that they came with as far as reception, GPS, whatever else. So I went ahead and I ordered the alumacase. I did receive it today. I will openly admit to you now, I have already had it on the phone. I was going for a drive, wanted to try the GPS out, and I'll tell you about those results in just a little bit. First, let's take a quick look at the case. This is the carbon fiber back, the plain black, which is all they have available right now. Much like the Atomic case, you can see it's smooth. Okay, there is no texture to it. One thing that I did notice is that it is just a smidge shorter than the one that comes with the Atomic case, I guess, to fit inside the bumper style case that the alumacase is. It's same material, it's kind of playing card thickness. Again, seems like it would protect from scratching, but not really from any kind of drop. I'm going to pull out the other parts here. This is the top portion of the alumacase. You can see I got the Vampire Red. The color itself actually came out quite nice. It's a nice bright red. There you can see the company logo. Okay. Now, we'll come back to this in a second. Over here, you can see the power button and the headset jack. Power button does not come with an external button the way the Vapor and the Atomic do. We'll get to that once I put it back onto the phone. You can see the top is fairly thick, so I'm sure you can see where this is going. Now if we look on the inside, there is just a little bit of foam cushioning in the corners. I'm guessing that's supposed to help isolate the case from actually touching the antenna. Whether or not that will work remains to be seen. And then we have the smaller bottom portion. Okay. Do like the fact that the bottom is wide open. I will tell you it does fit comfortably inside my dock. It does not, however, work to connect to my in-car iPhone, iPod direct connect cable. It doesn't fit. They sell an extension for it. I don't consider that a big deal. The Atomic one doesn't fit either. So not really a big deal. So we have here my iPhone 4. I do not currently have it in any kind of case. You can see I'm getting 2 bars right now. Going to go ahead and do what we did on the other review and start off with the good old-fashioned speed test. Start the test and I'm going to hit 3G and let it do its thing. As you can see from the top, I'm down to about 1 bar. Wi-Fi is turned off. I am still getting a fairly decent throughput there. You can see the download speeds are pretty good. The upload speeds are fairly mediocre at best, just so that you can get a good look at the results there. Alright. So I'm going to clear out of that, and we're going to go ahead and slide the alumacase on. You can see the opening there. It's going to go over the volume control switches and it sort of slides in. I will tell you that the sound of metal kind of grating on metal there is not one that I'm terribly fond of. I had the case on before. I didn't see any damage, but that is not a happy sound to hear when putting a case onto your fairly expensive device. Now, something that was mentioned on Mac Rumors is the way the case itself fits together. And if you hold pressure on it, it stays together, but if you let go, it kind of does pop up, hence the need for the screws. I did notice when I put it together earlier that getting the sides to line up is not as easy as just zipping the screws in. You kind of have to finagle it a little bit. So here is the screw. You can see that's a fairly lengthy part there. So it goes down into the bottom of the case, and as with all the other aluminums, it is an Allen screw. It comes with its own little Allen wrench here. I'm doing my best to line this up. Certainly not as easy as I would like for it to be in what I consider a fairly high-end premium type case. Considering we're in a world where $15, $20 cases are fairly common, I myself use the Body Glove Vibe. Okay, well, my cat decided he felt like being in the review, so sorry about that. Hopefully we're still recording. We'll get him out of the way here. Puck, say hi. This is Puck. Goodbye, Puck. Okay. With that interruption out of the way, we now have the alumacase installed. And you can see it's a nice finish. You can also see very clearly down on the bottom how it's not really lining up. You can see it even better on the back side, actually. Alright. Now, as mentioned in a couple of the forum threads, you can get it to line up better, but it takes a little bit of manipulating. So it's a nice looking case. I can't really complain about the look. The fact that it doesn't line up, it's kind of annoying. In a $90 case, I don't really want to have to fix. I kind of want it to work out of the box. Again, as I was saying before my cat interrupted, I use a Body Glove Vibe slide case. It was $15 from AT&T. Fits great, protects the phone. Don't have to fiddle with it. It fits into my car thing. It fits into my docks. This case is 4 times the cost. I'd kind of like to think it'll just go together and work. But all that having been said, let's go ahead and do the speed test again. You can see I am still at 1 bar, where before I was between 1 and 2. And we'll go ahead and pick 3G once again. And we're getting nothing right now. That's not a real good sign. I'm going to kill it and try it again in the hopes that maybe it was a speed test issue. Alright, so I've killed speed test and I'm now going to fire it back up here. Start the test. 3G. There we go. That is not a very good result. I know that it's fairly bright in the background here, but wow. We're not even getting enough latency to get through the speed test. Wow. Now, that I have not seen in any case that I've tried down here. I'm going to go ahead and restart the phone real quick in the hopes that maybe we'll get a different result and actually get through the test. Good opportunity for me to point out the other issue. Now, if you look at the side here, the volume buttons are fairly accessible. Power button is alright as well. The sleep button, that's going to be your kicker. I'm used to being able to just hit the top of it. The Atomic case, they've got the external button where you can just hit it. The bumper has the external button. The obviously no case, you can feel the button sticking up ever so slightly. On this one, you really have to get your finger in there. I want to try and show that. It's fairly far recessed, so you can get to it, but I read an email and I instinctively want to put the thing back to sleep, and now I'm going to kind of be curling my finger around and fiddling with it. Not real happy with that. While we're booting up, I guess I'll give you all the long-awaited GPS results. It was not good. Not tremendously off, maybe 15-20 feet, but it wasn't even 15-20 feet ahead of me or behind me. It was 15-20 feet side to side. Not a big deal if you're on a highway, you know you're not driving on the grass next to the highway, but if you're driving in a city or in a town the way I was, it looked like I was a street over in either direction. Thankfully, I knew where I was going. I took the case off and GPS immediately locked back in on me. So the GPS signal definitely appears to have been impacted by the alumacase. Alright, now we're back up. We're still only showing one bar. Let's go over and see if we can get through it. 3G. We got nothing. Now you all saw the speed test that I did at the beginning of this review, and it went through no problem. Actually gave me some pretty decent speeds, where this is not even giving me enough connectivity to get through the test. So I'm just going to kill this and write it off. So just so we're clear, looking at our history here, we had really good download, not great but present upload, whereas with this thing we have nothing. Overall, I'd have to say that alumacase really didn't deliver on any of their promises. The GPS is not locking on. The throughput is most definitely affected by the case. Carbon fiber is nothing special. The backing is the same as the carbon fiber every other aluminum manufacturer is using right now. I really have to give this case a pretty hefty thumbs down right now. I don't know if there's anything that they can do to fix it. I mean, again, it's a decent looking case, but for $90, I really want a case that's going to work out of the box, that's going to go together nicely, that's not going to mess up my bandwidth, that's not going to mess up my GPS. There's really, I mean, the recessed power button is just, that's the killer. That's a feature I use all day, every day, and on this phone, in this case, I can't use it. That's all I got for this one, guys. I think this case is another one that's going to be going back. It was nice to receive and be one of the first to have it. It's going to be nice to be one of the first to send it back too. That's all I got for you guys. Have a good night.